Well, Amy is with us now. What's coming up on the 7 tonight?
Lots as always on the programme, Laura. We're going to hear more about the saliva test that could help detect prostate cancer. So we're going to be joined by a professor who just explains what a difference that could make. Could we see it rolled out as a national screening programme? We know we don't have one of those at the moment. And how hedgehogs are being evicted from the Outer Hebrides because they're causing that much of a nuisance.
With good reason.
With good reason. Yeah, I was going to say with good reason. And moved back to the Scottish mainland. So we're going to hear more about that project that's up and running.
OK, sounds good. Thank you very much indeed.
Hello and welcome to the News at 7, where we get to the heart of the day's stories and communities across Scotland tonight. The ex-partner of a betting tycoon who abused women and filmed it tells the BBC someone could die if he's not stopped. Kevin Booth denies assaulting women and says he was the victim of domestic abuse. Also tonight, new hope for detecting prostate cancer. And later, the new test to see how fluent you are in Gaelic. Hello, I'm Amy Irons and welcome to the News at 7. That was Professor Alan McNeill speaking to me a little earlier. Let's get a round up then of what's been making the BBC News app in Scotland today then, shall we? And a serial criminal who murdered a taxi driver in Dundee has been jailed for a minimum of 16 years. The court heard that Stephen Gregg already had 189 previous convictions. An investigation has been launched after 2 railway workers were hit by a wagon near Port Glasgow. The wagon was being moved by a crane on the 15th of March. A man and woman in their 30s have been injured following a one-vehicle crash in Lochaber. A Toyota RAV4 landed in a ditch near Lochielside train junction. Actor Jack Lowden has urged Scottish Borders Council not to lose the nursery in the village he grew up in. 6 have been identified for closure, with falling numbers to blame. A dance school says a new reliable broadband connection to the village of Halkirk means their music can continually play. Broadband speeds in the village are now 3,000 times faster. Well, for more information on all of these stories, you can scan that QR code on your screen now and it will take you straight to the BBC News Scotland app, where there is more for you there, including how one bank is cutting interest rates on mortgages as we speak. Now, they look very cute, don't they, when you see them like that? But £100,000 of funding has actually been secured to try and remove hedgehogs off the island of Uist and onto the mainland. I asked Tom Churchyard from the RSPB Scotland why they've been causing such a problem. Well, it appears to be that all the excitement, all those mobile phones at Ibrox have disrupted our signal, so we have lost Lewis for now. Either that or he's just desperate to get in to watch this game. So I will bring you all the latest on that. So before we came on air, Lewis actually spoke to Motherwell midfielder and former Rangers player Andy Halliday, who reckons that this is going to be a really tough task for the Ibrox side. Well, to golf now, and it is the first day of the Masters in Augusta. Always a big day in the golfing calendar, isn't it? And Oban's Robert McIntyre is on the back nine, and it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him so far. Now, it's only mid-April, but Scotland is experiencing what is the hottest day of the year so far, with the temperature reaching 22.7 degrees at Aboyne in Aberdeenshire. And further down the east coast at Portobello Beach near Edinburgh, we went to speak to some other people soaking up the sun today. Oh, Gillian, I am so jealous of Campbell and everyone that we've seen tonight and throughout the day, just enjoying the glorious sunshine. I'm looking at some of the lovely pictures that we have, obviously in the Western Isles, but Stirling, Inversnaid, a bit foggy there first thing.
It's hard to believe this was this morning. It's a real pea super on Lookney.
Gillian, we don't recognise that blue stuff.
I know, we've forgotten what it's like, haven't we?
We've forgotten what it's like. Thanks very much. As always, Gillian, thank you. Well, spring has finally sprung, as we've seen from Gillian there, and for many farmers around the country that means lambing season. Well, one croft owner in Tyree has found herself with a very unique kind of lamb. Yes, Wonky the sheep was born with her neck at an angle, making her balance all over the place. She's now gone viral on TikTok, and her owner, Rhoda Meek, says she can't quite believe it. Oh, little Wonky the sheep. How cute is she? Well, thanks very much for joining us on the programme this evening. And just a reminder that you can keep across that huge night at Ibrox tonight on the BBC Sport website and commentary on BBC Radio Scotland. I will be back with you tomorrow at 7. I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.